Does CNN hate America? Glenn Beck is out there telling everyone that the Democrats still don't seem to love the United States. And if you've seen polling in the news recently, you know that their patriotism has dropped so much over the 21st century. They were still lower than Republicans 25 years ago, but now it's just unbelievably low, and so many of them are socialists. I mean, the essence of the socialist ideology is self-hatred and envy. If you're a socialist, you don't believe you can improve your lot in life. And I think quite a lot of the people on CNN and these leftist news sources are exactly that, which is why the polling for socialism amongst Democrats is so high these days, despite the fact that socialists killed 100 million people in the 20th century, and nothing in capitalism compares to that. And but anyways, Glenn Beck is here pointing out the problems with CNN. Says instead of celebrating our nation's 250th anniversary, CNN is running headlines saying that America is more divided than we've ever been, and of course they're blaming Trump. But I think we all know that USAID funded organizations seem to be the most prone to creating vitriol, attempting to at least, and trying to ruin what's going on with America. It says what about what leftists called half the country a basket of deplorables, fascists, and enemies of the state because we believed in small government and the Constitution? Or when they weaponized the FBI to censor regular Americans over the Hunter Biden laptop and COVID mandates, then offered zero apologies when they were proven wrong? That's supposed to be uniting? They smear you, they lie to you, they treat you like a threat to democracy for simply loving the republic, and then wonder why the country is divided. I honestly don't think we'd be as divided if it weren't for crap like this from the media. Don't let them tell you you're the problem when they're the ones who are holding the match. I'm tired of gaslighting. Aren't we all? Glenn Beck is right once again. Let's watch the video.
CNN is so wrong once again. Here we are, 250th anniversary. CNN says, we're the most divided we've ever been. We've been divided before. You think during the Civil War? You think? Yeah, but this one is really bad. Worse than the Civil War, really? Yeah, you know why? Donald Trump. Whoa, now you completely took me by surprise there, CNN. I didn't. Wait, Donald Trump. What? That's a whole new theory. Yeah, Donald Trump, because he makes things worse because he's uniquely dangerous. He's uniquely dangerous. Yeah, because he picks at people. He picks at scabs. He mocks people. He is keeping political divisions wide open. Donald Trump is. Wow. Okay. All right. Let me give you, CNN, let me give you every bit of that. I don't agree with that. I think Donald Trump has done some really divisive things. Yes. And that's unfortunately kind of the way he is at times. He gets pissed and he'll do things like that. And I don't like it. So I'm going to give you absolutely every bit of that. I'll say Donald Trump is really divisive. Will you give me that your side is saying exactly the same things? September 1st, 2022. Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Why? Because we don't like socialism?
Exactly. Socialism is the worst ideology that's ever existed. It completely flips individual rights on their head and says, you don't have any. There's nothing intrinsically valuable as a person, according to the socialists. It's just all about identity politics.
Why? Because we believe in small government? Why? Because I believe in the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. You've made me into a MAGA Republican. I don't know what a MAGA Republican actually is, other than somebody who goes, yeah, I think Donald Trump is doing pretty good, and believes in the country. That's all I know that means. Okay, but now I'm a threat to democracy because I believe in the republic? Wow. Okay, all right. And he did that over and over again and said that MAGA Republicans are fascists. I don't know, that seems a little divisive. I mean, maybe it's just me, It's usually not done, not said, in polite company. Hey, Bill. Oh, man, good to see you, you fascist. It's usually not a compliment. It's usually a little divisive. Hillary Clinton, quote, "You can put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, and Islamophobic. Half of the people who voted the way."
This is the type of language that really changed the game, particularly in the 2010s, where they really started to demonize people that didn't agree with them politically. I mean, let's remember that the Democrats have changed dramatically in the past 25 years. They no longer believe that there's any games to be played. They are attacking people physically, trying to assassinate their opponents. It's quite disgusting. I mean, the advocacy for that level of violence is stereotypical of socialists, though. That's how they always have been. But people aren't waking up to that reality quite yet.
Way that you didn't vote? Half of them are all those things? I don't know. Sounds a little divisive. A little bit. Yeah, but you started it. 2008. Small town Americans cling to their guns or their religion, or to their antipathy to people who aren't like them. What I don't have a problem with that. I don't cling to my God and my guns. What? By the way, he was saying that as he was claiming that we engage in voter suppression and attacks on democracy.
Which is a ludicrous claim from Democrats, right? I mean, asking for voter ID so we know that illegals aren't voting, that's not voter suppression. That's just normal things that people do in countries where people vote. I mean, if you don't have voter ID and people aren't identifying themselves as actual citizens, then you end up with countries like like Russia or North Korea, or the way Iraq used to be, where what's his face would get 99% of the vote or something ridiculous. I mean, that's obviously not the case. It's just people manipulating and engaging in voter fraud.
That's in 2008. By the way, Nancy Pelosi said Republicans are enemies of the state. Chuck Schumer warned Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, "You've released the whirlwind and you'll pay the price." Kamala Harris said, "Pearl Harbor and September 11th are just like January 6th. You mean the one you hyped up and had a bunch of FBI that we now know had all kinds of government operatives at? You mean that one?"
Dozens and dozens, way more than they were claiming originally, too. Man, they tried to hide that for years. Now we know that everything about J6 was completely fake. But if you want to watch the rest of the video, Jeff, definitely check out Glenn Beck and his posts on X, or check him out on YouTube or wherever he's posting his content these days. All right, have a good one. If you like and share this video, that would be fantastic. Really helps the channel. We're trying to start it up again. Get it going. Share more liberty content. Share more conservative content, and anything that you could do is a huge help.